Okay, we're going to start doing some factorising. Okay, so if we first of all think about the word factorising, then we can see that it's got the word factor in it. So let's have a reminder as to what a factor is. Okay, so let's think about 10. Factors of 10 would be 1, 2, 5 and 10. And that's because 1, 2, 5 and 10 all fit into 10 without leaving a remainder. So any number that fits into another number without leaving a remainder is called a factor of that number. So the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5 and 10. For example, 7 would not be a factor of 10. Now it does fit in 10. It fits once, but it leaves a remainder of 3. Since it leaves a remainder, it's definitely not a factor. So the factors of 10 are 1, 2, 5 and 10. 25, well that would be 1, 5 and 25. 30, for example, would be 1, 2, 3, not 4, but 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30. They all fit in without leaving a remainder, therefore these are all factors of 30. Okay, now we're going to apply that to some algebra work now. So we're going to factorise 5x plus 15. Now, factorising, that's the act of reintroducing brackets. So we've looked at some expansion of brackets. That means getting rid of the brackets, but now we're going to reintroduce them. Okay, from 5 and 15, we can take a common factor of 5. Okay, now it's then a case of thinking about what's inside the bracket. So 5 times what gives me 5x, well that'll be x. And 5 times what gives me 15, that will be 3. Okay, so that means that that is now factorised. Factorisation is the process of reintroducing brackets. Now let's just check, is that the correct answer? Well, let's expand it back out and see what happens. 5 times x is 5x, and 5 times 3 is 15. That was the correct answer. Okay, so where did that come from? Well, the factors of 5 are 1 and 5, and the factors of 15 are 1, 5 and 15. So for factorising, what we look to do is to take out something called the highest common factor. Now, common means that it's common to both lists. So 1 is a common factor for both 5 and 15, because 1's a factor of 5 and 1's a factor of 15, but the highest common factor, as we can see, is 5. Okay, so the highest common factor of 15 is 5, so that's the highest common factor. Take 5 out of 5x is 5 lots of x, and take 5 out of 15, that's 5 lots of 3. Final answer, 5 bracket x plus 3. Okay. Example 2, 7x plus 28. Okay, so let's think about the factors of 7. 1 and 7. Let's think about the factors of 28. That'll be 1, 2, 4, 7, 28. Okay, what's the highest common factor? The highest common factor is 7. 7 times what gives me 7x, that's x. 7 times what gives me 28, that's 4. 7 bracket x plus 4. Okay, let's check, is that the correct answer? Well, we can check by expanding it back out. 7 times x is 7x, and 7 times 4 is 28. So factorising is about reintroducing brackets into questions. Okay, example 3. 9p plus 36. Okay, so factors of 9. 1, 3 and 9. Factors of 36. 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 18, 36. Okay, so what's some common factors? 1's common. But what's the highest common factor? Well, that, as you can see, is 9. Okay, 9 times what gives me 9p? That's p. 9 times what gives me 36? That's 4. 9 bracket p plus 4. Let's take down example 4. 8g plus 16. Now what we're going to stop doing now is to write out our lists at the side and just do it mentally. So the factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4 and 8. Factors of 16, 1, 2, 4, 8 and 16. Common factor is, the highest common factor is 8. 8 times what gives me 8g, that's g. 8 times what gives me 16, that's 2. 8 bracket g plus 2, example 5, 3t minus 12. Okay, factors of 3, 1 and 3, factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Highest common factor is 3. 3 times what gives me 3t, t, there's a minus in the middle. 3 times what gives me 12, that's 4. 3 bracket t minus 4. Okay, example 6. 6t minus 30. Okay, from 6 and 30, so common factors of 6 are 1, 2, 3 and 6. 30, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15, 30. Highest common factor is 6. 6 times what gives me 6t, that's t, there's a minus in the middle. 6 times what gives me 30, that's 5. 6 bracket t minus 5. Okay, example 7. 4g plus 10. Now, what you might have noticed so far is when we've taken out the common factor, it's always been the number at the start, but that is not necessarily always the case. Okay, so factors of 4. Okay, let's get back to the side and list these ones. 1, 2, 4. Factors of 10. 1, 2, 5 and 10. Now this time the highest common factor is not 4, it's 2. Okay, so 2. 2 times what gives me 4g. 2 times what gives me 4, 2. 2 times what gives me 4g, 2g. 2 times what gives me 10, that's 5. 2 bracket 2g plus 5, is that right? 2 times 2g is 4g. 2 times 5 is 10, that's the correct answer. Let's take down example 8, which is going to be 6p plus 10. Okay, factors of 6, 1, 2, 3 and 6. Factors of 10, 1, 2, 5 and 10. Highest common factor is 2. 2 times what gives me 6p, 3p. 2 times what gives me 10, that's 5. 2 bracket 3p plus 5. Example 9. Example 9, 8q minus 12. Okay, factors of 8, 1, 2, 4 and 8. Factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 12. 6 and 12. What's the highest common factor? This time it's 4. 4 times what gives me 8q, that's 2q. 4 times what gives me 12, that's 3. There's a minus in the middle. 4 bracket 2q minus 3. Take down example 10. Okay, this time let's go for 10 minus 15p. Okay, so we've got a number before the letter. That shouldn't put us off. We still follow the same tactics, highest common factor. Okay, what can I take from 10 and 15? I can take 5. 5 times what gives me 10, that's 2. There's a minus in the middle. 5 times what gives me 15p. Well, 5 times what gives me 15, that's 3. So 5 times what gives me 15p, that's 3p. 5 bracket 2 minus 3p, is that the correct answer? Let's check. 5 times 2 is 10, minus in the middle. 5 times 3p is 15p, that's the correct answer. Example 11. Example 11, let's go for 4 minus 6t. Okay, from 4 and 6 I can take 2. 2 times what gives me 4, that's 2. Minus in the middle, 2 times what gives me 6t, that'll be 3t. 2 bracket 2 minus 3t. Okay, example 12. Example 12, let's go for 6x plus 12y. Okay, so there's 2 letters involved here, but let's follow that same rule. So highest common factor, well, was there any letters in common? No. But there is a number in common, so factors of 6, 1, 2, 3, 6. Factors of 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. The highest common factor is 6. 6 times what gives me 6x, that's x. 6 times what gives me 12y. Well, 6 times 12 is 2, so 6 times what gives me 12y, that'll be 2y. 6 bracket x plus 2y. Example 13. 4p minus 8q. Okay, p and q are different, nothing common there, but for 4 and 8 I can take a common factor of 4. That'll be 4 bracket p minus 2q. Okay, example 14. X squared plus 4x. Okay, so now we've got letters in common, so I don't appear to have a number that I can take out, but from x squared and x, what's common is x. Okay, so x times what gives me x squared, that would be x. Since x times x is x squared. X times what gives me 4x, and that's 4x bracket x plus 4. Does that work? Well, x times x is x squared, and x times 4 is 4x. That's the correct answer. Let's take down example 5, which is going to be 3y squared minus y. Okay, the common factor is y. Y times what gives me 3y squared. That would be 3y. There's a minus in the middle. Y times what gives me y? Well, that would just be 1. Since y times 1 is y, did it work? So y times 3y is 3y squared, and y times 1 is y with a minus in the middle. That's the correct answer. Example 16. 10a plus 15b plus 20 AC. Okay, so for highest common factor, I take as much as I can possibly take. Okay, so I've got 10, 15 and 20. The highest common factor from 10, 15 and 20 is 5. Okay, 5 times what gives me 10a, that's 2a. 5 times what gives me 15b, that's 3b. 5 times what gives me 20, well that'll be 4. But then 5 times what gives me 20 AC, that would be 4 AC. Okay, example 17. 4x plus 6y plus 8z. Okay, so from 4, 6 and 8, highest common factor there's 2. 2 times what gives me 4x, that's 2x. 2 times what gives me 6y, that's 3y. 2 times what gives me 8z, that's 4z, 2 bracket 2x plus 3y plus 4z. Okay, example 18. 9x minus 27x cubed. Okay, from 9 and 27 I can take 9, and from x and x cubed I can take x. 9x times what gives me 9x. Well, that's just 1, since 9x times 1 is 9x. There's a minus in the middle. 9x times what gives me 27x cubed. Well, 9 up to 27 is 3, and x up to x cubed is x squared. 9x bracket 1 minus 3x squared. Example 19. 4ab plus 12a squared b. Okay, from 4 and 12 I can take 4. What else is common? Well, from a and a squared I can take a common factor of a. And then from b and b I can take b. Highest common factor is 4ab. 4ab times what gives me 4ab? That's 1. 4ab times what gives me 12a squared b? Well, 4 up to 12 is 3. A up to a squared is a. And then b times what gives me b? Well, that's just 1, so that's 3a times 1, that's just 3a. So let's just check, is that correct? 4 times 3 is 12, a times a is a squared, and I've got my b, so it's 4ab bracket 1 plus 3a. Final answer, example 20. Okay, 4x squared c minus 2cx. Okay, so from 4 and 2 I can take 2. Also I can take c, and from x squared and x I can take x. Okay, 2cx times what gives me 4x squared c. Well, 2 up to 4, that's 2. The c is accounted for, and x up to x squared is x. Then 2cx times what gives me 2cx. That's just 1, there's a minus in the middle. 2cx bracket 2x minus 1, final answer.